There's something quietly captivating about a coin that has journeyed through decades, each scratch and gleam carrying a story of its own. Today's conversation begins with a look at a 1969 US quarter dollar, a coin born at a time of change and transition, yet one that quietly carries the weight of history and rarity in its design. Imagine holding a piece of American legacy that witnessed the transformative energy of the late 1960s, when cultural revolutions and societal shifts were the order of the day. This coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a small window into a bygone era, a tangible reminder of how even everyday currency can tell extraordinary tales. Minted in a period when America was redefining itself, the 1969 quarter holds a unique position in the annals of U.S. coinage. The coin's creation came just a few years after the dramatic shift from silver to clad coinage, a change necessitated by economic pressures and the need to modernize the nation's monetary system. In 1969, while many citizens were busy navigating the currents of social change, the U.S. Mint was busy perfecting a coin that balanced tradition with modern minting techniques. The design, featuring the iconic profile of George Washington, has long been a staple of American currency, but the 1969 edition carries subtle nuances that set it apart from its predecessors and successors. At first glance, the 1969 quarter might appear similar to other issues from the era, yet a closer inspection reveals details that seasoned collectors know can make all the difference. The obverse, with its dignified portrayal of Washington, exhibits a fine balance between classical portraiture and the precision of modern minting. One can notice slight variations in the die, as well as the crispness of the inscription, "In God We Trust," which some experts believe holds minute imperfections that only the keenest eyes can detect. These tiny details are often what separates a routine specimen from one that becomes a prized possession among collectors. In some cases, errors or even minor die variations have turned otherwise ordinary coins into rare finds, commanding attention at auctions and in private collections. The reverse of the coin, showcasing an eagle with outstretched wings, is more than just decorative, it's a testament to the artistic legacy of U.S. coin design. There's an inherent beauty in the way the eagle appears almost as if it's captured mid-flight, a symbol of freedom and resilience that resonated deeply with the American spirit during a tumultuous decade. While many quarters of this era share the same basic reverse design, subtle differences in the execution and finish can significantly impact a coin's desirability. For collectors, these nuances are akin to hidden treasures waiting to be uncovered, each one telling a story of the meticulous craftsmanship and the challenges faced by the mint during production. Market value for the 1969 quarter can vary widely, and that's part of what makes it so intriguing. In circulated condition, these coins are relatively common, pieces of everyday commerce for most of us. However, for those that have been preserved in near mint or mint state, especially those that feature rare die errors or unique mint marks, the value can rise significantly. Auction records have shown that a well-preserved 1969 quarter can fetch prices that far exceed their face value, with pristine specimens sometimes commanding a premium that reflects both their historical significance and collector demand. In certain high-grade examples, particularly those with identified die variations, bids have soared into ranges that leave many enthusiasts both excited and a bit envious. It's these stories of unexpected auction successes that add a layer of excitement and anticipation for collectors who hold on to their coins, wondering if their piece might just be one of those hidden gems. The tale of the 1969 quarter is also peppered with fascinating anecdotes and moments that have become part of numismatic lore. There's a story about a coin enthusiast who discovered a 1969 quarter with a rare misstrike while sorting through a long-forgotten coin box. That coin, once overlooked, later turned out to be one of the few known examples of a particular error that collectors had only dreamt of finding. Such stories capture the imagination because they remind us that even in a world filled with mass-produced items, there's always room for the extraordinary, a reminder that sometimes history hides its secrets in plain sight. For many collectors, finding an error coin isn't just about the monetary value, it's about uncovering a serendipitous moment where history, art, and human error collide to create something truly remarkable. Condition plays a pivotal role when it comes to evaluating a 1969 quarter. Coins that have been well cared for, those that still shine with a luster reminiscent of their mint day, are highly sought after. Uncirculated examples, preserved in protective cases or inherited with care from previous generations, typically command higher prices. The mint state coins, graded on scales that measure the clarity of the design and the absence of wear, often find themselves at the top of collectors' wish lists. Conversely, coins that show signs of circulation, such as minor scratches, dull spots, or worn lettering, tend to be valued more for their historical charm rather than their investment potential. This variance in condition-based value adds an extra layer of strategy to collecting, as enthusiasts must decide whether to prioritize a coin's story or its aesthetic perfection. In the bustling world of coin collecting, every coin carries a story that goes beyond the metal it's made of. The 1969 quarter is no exception. It's a silent narrator of the past, one that witnessed the subtle interplay between art, economy, and history. For collectors, the coin's journey from the mint to modern collections is a narrative rich with discovery and intrigue. It's not merely about the coin's monetary worth, it's about the legacy encapsulated in its design, the historical context in which it was produced, and the serendipitous moments that occasionally transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. As you hold a 1969 quarter, you might find yourself imagining the hands that once handled it, a bank teller counting change, a commuter dropping it into a vending machine, or even a family member keeping it as a memento from decades past. The passage of time has imbued the coin with a character that is impossible to replicate in modern issues. Every crease and contour tells a story, a testament to the enduring legacy of American coinage. And while the coin's design may appear straightforward, it's those subtle, often overlooked details that give it a mystique which continues to captivate both veteran collectors and those just beginning to appreciate the art of numismatics. There's a satisfying sense of discovery that comes from understanding why the 1969 quarter remains a subject of fascination among collectors. It serves as a bridge between eras, a tangible piece of the past that continues to hold its relevance and allure today. Whether it's the minor die errors that have sparked heated bidding wars at auctions or the graceful depiction of an eagle that seems to embody the spirit of its time, the coin remains a symbol of an era marked by change and resilience. And for those who take the time to study it, the 1969 quarter offers endless opportunities to connect with the rich tapestry of American history, one mint mark and detail at a time. In the end, the magic of the 1969 US quarter dollar lies in its blend of simplicity and complexity, a modest coin that carries an extraordinary legacy. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures aren't the ones that shout for attention, but rather the ones that quietly invite us to explore their depths. As collectors continue to debate, admire, and cherish these coins, the 1969 quarter endures as a beloved artifact, a piece of history that continues to spark conversations and ignite passions across generations. Shifting our focus from the intriguing story of the 1969 quarter, we now encounter the 1980 US quarter dollar, a coin that marks its own chapter in the legacy of American currency. The 1980 quarter emerged during a time when the mint was honing its techniques and embracing subtle modernizations, yet it still carried the familiar aura of tradition and national pride. This coin, with its polished portrait of George Washington and its detailed reverse, speaks not only to its era's technological improvements but also to the timeless art of coin design. The historical backdrop of the 1980 quarter is as fascinating as its aesthetic appeal. Minted at the dawn of a new decade, the coin embodies the balance between evolving minting technology and enduring design principles. During this period, the U.S. Mint was refining its processes to achieve sharper strikes and more uniform finishes. The coin's production reflects a transition, a move towards higher precision while preserving the classic elements that have long made American coinage recognizable. Washington's profile, as rendered in the 1980 issue, exudes a refined clarity, with every line and contour etched with a subtle confidence that signals both a nod to the past and an embrace of modern minting artistry. For seasoned collectors, the 1980 quarter offers a wealth of key identifying features. On the obverse, the familiar visage of Washington appears with a renewed crispness, inviting close examination of the details that sometimes differentiate one specimen from another. Collectors often note that, compared to earlier decades, the 1980 issue benefits from improvements in dye technology, resulting in a portrait that's notably sharper and more consistently executed. Small variations, such as the depth of the engraving or the finesse of the lettering, can signal whether a coin is part of a limited run or perhaps even the result of a unique mint error. These nuances, while subtle, can make a world of difference in terms of rarity and appeal. Turn the coin over, and the reverse, featuring the timeless eagle with its wings majestically spread, is equally impressive. The design, while consistent with the long-standing motifs of American iconography, carries its own hints of evolution. The detailing on the eagle's feathers and the precise placement of inscriptions hint at improvements in the production process that were emerging around that time. Such refinements have caught the eyes of veteran numismatists, who relish the challenge of spotting the smallest differences that might elevate a coin from being a common issue to a coveted rarity. It's these very details, the nearly imperceptible shifts in design, the refined balance of elements, that keep the 1980 quarter in a league of its own. Market value for the 1980 quarter can fluctuate widely depending on its condition and any unique attributes it might possess. In general, coins that have seen significant circulation tend to hold more sentimental than financial value, often reflecting the passage of time and the wear of everyday use. However, when preserved in mint state, the 1980 quarter reveals a brightness and clarity that collectors find irresistible. Uncirculated specimens, especially those boasting strong luster and minimal contact marks, often command a premium in auction settings. There have been notable instances where a 1980 quarter, particularly one exhibiting a rare minting anomaly or an unusual dye error, has fetched a remarkable sum at competitive auctions. These sales not only underscore the coin's collectible allure but also highlight the broader interest in pieces that bridge the gap between common currency and valuable artifacts. One story that often circulates among coin enthusiasts involves a chance discovery at a local coin show. A seasoned collector recounted how he almost overlooked a 1980 quarter tucked away in a box of seemingly ordinary coins. Upon closer inspection, he noticed a slight misalignment in the engraving, a misstrike that, while not immediately apparent, had rendered the coin a one-of-a-kind error. This small flaw, which might have been dismissed by the untrained eye, ultimately turned the piece into a prized possession that fetched an unexpectedly high bid later on. Such serendipitous moments remind us that the world of numismatics is as unpredictable as it is fascinating, where a minor deviation in design can transform a common issue into a rare gem with a story all its own. Beyond the intrinsic historical and aesthetic values, the 1980 quarter also captivates collectors with its condition-based variations. The difference between a coin that has circulated through countless hands and one that remains pristine in a protective capsule can be dramatic. For instance, a circulated 1980 quarter, with its softened details and gentle wear, might evoke memories of everyday commerce and the passage of time. In contrast, an uncirculated or mint state coin, where every line remains sharp and every detail is preserved, offers a glimpse into what the coin looked like fresh from the mint. This divergence in condition doesn't just affect visual appeal, it plays a pivotal role in determining market value. Coins graded highly by professional services, which indicate minimal wear and full preservation of design intricacies, often become the centerpiece of a collection, commanding prices that reflect their rarity in superior condition. Collectors also appreciate the subtle regional variations that sometimes appear on the 1980 quarter. Depending on whether the coin was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or another facility, small differences in design elements such as the placement of mint marks or the quality of the strike can occur. These variations, though slight, are like secret signatures from the mint that give each coin a unique personality. For someone with a keen eye, these differences offer a delightful challenge, a puzzle to solve in the quest for the perfect specimen. It's a testament to how even within a single year's production, there can be a diversity of outcomes that keep the hobby endlessly engaging. Moreover, the evolution in minting techniques that the 1980 quarter represents is more than just a technical detail, it's a story of adaptation and progress. The U.S. Mint, navigating through economic and technological shifts, was working diligently to create coins that would stand the test of time. Innovations in metal composition and striking technology allowed for a coin that was not only more resilient but also more refined in its appearance. For modern collectors, owning a 1980 quarter is like holding a piece of that innovative spirit, a tangible reminder of an era when tradition met modernity on a mint floor. Another compelling aspect of the 1980 quarter is the way it has found its place in both casual collections and high-stakes auctions. Many collectors who have passed down their coin collections over generations treasure these coins not merely for their market value but for the memories they evoke. A 1980 quarter might have once jingled in a purse, spent a day in a vending machine, or been carefully saved in a coin album. Now, in the hands of a dedicated collector, it's transformed into an artifact of personal and national history. Auction records have repeatedly shown that coins in exceptional condition, particularly those with noted errors or distinctive mint marks, can significantly outpace their circulated counterparts in terms of bidding activity and final sale prices. As collectors continue to explore and debate the finer points of coin condition, rarity, and historical significance, the 1980 quarter endures as a favorite among those in the know. Its blend of technical innovation and time-honored design makes it a compelling piece that stands out in any collection. From its crisp, detailed features to the subtle yet significant variations that offer endless avenues for discovery, the 1980 U.S. quarter dollar is much more than a medium of exchange. It's a cherished relic of a dynamic era, a symbol of progress, and a constant reminder that history often reveals itself in the most unassuming forms.